Welcome to Brunswick Biz on ATMC TV Channel 3. I'm your host, Kat Newton. This month we visit Intercoastal Net Designs, Carolina Staffing Solutions, and the Tulip Tree Boutique. Stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as we connect Brunswick County one business at a time. Intercoastal Net Designs in Ocean Isle Beach with owner Brandon Sauls and social media director David Hutnick. Thank you both for being on the show today and joining us.
Thank you, Kat, for you guys coming out. Tell you a little bit about the company. In 1996, I was a student over at the University of South Carolina where I was dabbling with a little bit of HTML and web development. And I graduated from there in 1999 and I formed the company Intercoastal Net Designs, and we became incorporated. And at the time, I was just a one-man show working down in Charleston, South Carolina. And I had an opportunity to obtain two accounts that were significant size for us, Golfer's Guide publication and the H.L. Hunley. What that allowed us to do was they were significant accounts, so with the income that came in, we were able to hire on additional staff and equipment and continue to move forward. So back in 1999, we were a one- and two-man show, and I moved up here to Ocean Isle Beach, and over the last 14 years, we've grown to an operation of over 22 employees.
Oh, wow.
And a couple part-timers. So,
okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we employ locally. We don't do any of our programming overseas like you see sometimes. All of our work is done here. The good news is with website development, some of our staff members can work around the U.S. here. So we have some programmers up in New Jersey, some down in Pennsylvania, some right here that work south of Myrtle Beach. So
okay,
that's the
cool.
great thing of being in the World Wide Web. You can work anywhere.
So you said you have 22 employees now. That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what they do, kind of who does what and where this whole process starts when someone's interested in getting an internet website?
Yep, absolutely. So to start with, we have a design team. So if you need a website developed, you would work with our account rep and designer at the beginning phases of the project. From there, it then goes into our programming team, and those guys actually take an image that is developed for you, and they turn it into a nice website that is found on the World Wide Web. From there, once the programmers are completed building the website, it then moves into our internet marketing department. And that consists of a couple of different areas. So we have a search and optimization team. So if you go to Google and you happen to Google a term like Ocean Isle Beach Web Design Company, hopefully our website would come up number one or high there in the rankings. We have a social media team, which is what David leads up for us. And he's dealing with Facebook and Twitter and some of the other social media avenues.
Right, and that's becoming very big nowadays.
It sure is.
So we'll get to that in just a minute, and you were mentioning some sites that you've pulled up some for us, and these are some that y'all have started and finished and you're keeping up with. So can you show us a little bit just some of these sites that you've built? Absolutely.
To start with, we'll start with one that's right here near and dear to us. This is Sloan Vacations in Ocean Isle Beach. And so you can see some of the things that make a great website is the photography. And you see right on the home page there, there's some kids on the beach, a husband and wife that's on the beach, and a golfer. So this site really appeals across the board. And so this is a vacation rental site. We do various websites from vacation rental to e-commerce style websites. Here's the Get Sauce, which is another local client of ours. You can go in here and you can purchase this product online. Another one that you guys may be familiar with is Holden Brothers Farm Market. It's located on Highway 17. So we work with those guys, and again, you see it's got nice photography of the strawberry fields and all. So it's just kind of appealing when you land here. It kind of makes you want to stick to the site and dive on it a little deeper. One other along the same lines is Lewis Nursery and Farms up in Wilmington.
Okay.
So again, just big, great photography, appealing to the eye there. And there's two more to show you.
Okay.
Another one's the Ocean Isle Fishing Center, right here on Ocean Isle Beach. Again, you can see large photography, a website that's easy to browse and navigate. And you see here, we try to capture your email for future email marketing purposes and all, to try to bring folks back to your website with specials and all that you may offer. And one other we've recently launched here is called Visit Brunswick Beaches. And basically this is just like a directory of local places to stay, to eat, to play. And we kind of cover the whole coastal area here of southeastern Brunswick County, from Calabash to Caswell Beach.
That is really great.
So you see, these websites here are a snapshot of some of our local clients. But like I mentioned earlier, we work with folks around the U.S. So
that's excellent. And these are all so different. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of people with a lot of different creativity to bring to the table here. So that's really nice. Now, like we did mention, Facebook and Twitter, that's all coming to be very, very popular. Can you tell us a little bit about how you enhance someone's website to get out to more people through Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's become so prevalent in the last 10 years. I remember first going into college, Facebook was just launched, so it's only been out 10 years. Do you guys remember MySpace and all? It was pre-Facebook. But now it's kind of hard to even avoid Facebook. 93% of all adult U.S. internet users are now on Facebook, which is over 1 billion people worldwide. And more time is spent on Facebook than Google, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, and Twitter combined.
Wow.
So if you're a business looking to spend your advertising dollars in your time, Facebook's the place to be. Okay,
so what are some do's and don'ts? I know a lot of people don't even know what they should or shouldn't do, or how much information they should post or anything. So can you tell us some do's and don'ts?
Yeah, definitely. The first thing a lot of businesses will do is they're used to having a Facebook profile, so they'll go create a profile for their business. And that's actually against Facebook terms. Facebook frowns upon that. So make sure that when you start a Facebook presence, you create a Facebook business page. There's pages, profiles, and groups, so you just want to make sure that you get started on the right foot.
Okay.
Another thing is to know your target market. Everyone's on Facebook, but also if you look at Pinterest, over 80% of the market there is, female market. So if you're really going after the female demographic, you might want to focus more on Pinterest than even Facebook. But make sure you're running contests, focus on some ads. You can really get hyper-targeted into ads on Facebook and be able to find somebody who's in this area and this age range, interested in vacationing here, for example.
Right.
So you can really get narrowed down in the ads. And when you're posting on Facebook, make sure you use pictures and ask questions to really engage with people.
Okay, that's probably very important.
Yeah.
People responding and interacting and sharing
That's
things
right.
that you post. Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you do if someone has come to you guys to build the internet? How do you get their information out on Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah, we first discover what their needs are and what their goals are as a business. Is it to bring in more business? Is it just to really reach a lot of people? For example, we ran a contest for a company down in Garden City Beach, and they really just wanted to reach out to a lot of people. So we ran a contest, and one post actually reached 3.8 million people, which is almost the population of the state of South Carolina. So you're able to, with contests, you're able to reach a lot of people really quickly and get a lot of fans, and then you kind of target those people to bring in business later down.
Gotcha. Very interesting. So say someone wants to use your services, but they want to keep up with it on their own. Can you just build the website and then let them kind of take it from there, or do you have to manage everything?
Yep, absolutely. So when our account reps are working in the initial phases of developing a website, we learn how technical that person is. Do they want to have access to the raw code themselves? If so, we can certainly do that. But we also offer what's called a content management system. So what that does is we actually train the customer on how to log in through a secure control panel, and then they can actually select which page they want to edit. And basically, if you can maintain a Word document, you can maintain the content in your website.
Okay.
So you simply highlight the text to bold, you can click the B to italicize, so it's very easy to do that, to add photos and all. So we go out, we train the individual on how to use it, and they can basically totally change about 90% of the information in their website.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the great aspects of working with us is when you come on board with us, our account rep works with you from the very beginning to the very end. So some companies have a sales person that goes out and you come back and get handed off, and some information is lost during that process. But by working with us, our account reps are going to see it all the way through and train you and make sure you have as much control as you need in your website.
Okay, and then on the contrary, they can leave it all up to you guys and just hope that you guys can take all of it.
Absolutely, yeah, that's absolutely. If someone comes to us and and they need something changed and they just don't have the time to do it, or they prefer us to do it, they just email into our team and have a couple day turnaround time, and we get the information posted on the website.
Excellent.
Yep.
Now, if our viewers are interested in using your services, what's the best way to contact you? Obviously, through the internet's probably a great way.
That's right. That's right. Well, you can always you can call us. Our phone number is 910-575-6095, or look us up on the web at icnd.net. There you can have shoot us an email. So info@icnd.net, and
Or find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
There you
right.
go.
That's
Perfect.
exactly right.
Intercoastal is us on Twitter, and then you can just search for Intercoastal Net Designs.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys both for being on here and giving our viewers this information. It's very helpful and very useful to them nowadays. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kat.
We're here at Carolina Staffing Solutions, here at one of the two locations. We happen to be in Charlotte. I'm with Ashley Beck, Staffing Coordinator, and Jim Fish, the Executive Director for Brunswick Senior Resources. So thank you both for being with us today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into all the different things that you guys do, can you give us a little history and just an overview of what exactly y'all do here?
Well, as a staffing company, of course, we work with different clients in the area. Anywhere from construction, we do medical placement, housekeeping, administrative, you name it, we do it. Even to individuals that call in that might need help with maybe loading up their, U-Haul or cleaning their yard. Or we do just a little bit of everything. We also do payrolling, so we do have some clients that utilize us for that as well. We have a Carolina cleaning division, so we also handle contract cleaning for vacation homes, residential, commercial, construction cleans, everything.
Okay, great. And you brought Jim along with you to help us with the interview today because you've utilized their services as well. Is that right?
We have. We're a client and a very satisfied client. We've had the opportunity to work with them now for about 3 years, I think, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And we've been able to help. They've been able to help us meet the different needs that we've had for staffing solutions, all the way from sort of senior executives down to basic entry-level help. And so it's been outstanding. We're very pleased with the service.
Well, that's very good to hear. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate that as well.
Sure.
Now, Ashley, can you tell us a little bit about the process? First, let's go from a business in and say they are looking for employees. How do you go about finding those employees for them?
Well, we utilize so many different sources, and you have to today, in today's economy, to be able to find the best quality. And if I may say so, staffing is one of the better ways to go. But in terms of finding the qualified applicants, we have them come in, we set up appointments, we do an application with them, we go through all of their work history, we check their references, we do drug testing, background screening, we do E-Verify, we do all of record keeping that you would typically do in your day-to-day staffing. And basically the client would contact us, or the employer, and they would just let us know exactly what their staffing needs were. So whether if they needed somebody, entry level, mid-level, professional level, we would then locate the candidates anywhere from we utilize the ESC, we utilize local colleges, we have job fairs on a weekly basis depending upon the demand for applicants. We also have applicants that come in, by the newspaper, just everywhere, Craigslist. We utilize our website to be able to update jobs on a daily basis. Facebook is a great avenue right now for us, and so that's how we do get. We generate our applicant flow that way.
Okay, so when someone comes in, they're looking for a job, do they tell you exactly what they are able to do, or they just come in and you say, well, you would fit nicely here, or this looks like it would be a good fit for you here, or how exactly do you determine?
Well, we always ask that they bring in a resume because, as you know, resume is going to tell us a little bit more so about that applicant versus just a general application.
Right.
So we basically dive into, their work history, what types of employment they have the most experience with. And then a lot of times, we have individuals who move to this area who might have retired, who may not have relatable experience to this area specifically. So I generally try to pull parts of their experience from their past positions and, locate them to an employer who might benefit from that applicant's experience.
Okay.
So we basically work it that way. There's some applicants who come in who, might fit the needs of what we're looking for that day. Sometimes a job might come available that we may not have someone in our files that specific day who's going to be the better quality. And so then that's when we utilize our other sources to generate the applicant flow for that employer. So
Okay. So when someone comes in, they're working for Carolina Staffing Solutions, or they go straight into that business and that's who they're working for?
Well, they basically work for Carolina Staffing, and it's through your typical probationary period. And through that period, we cover workers' comp, general liability, payroll taxes, unemployment. So, we handle all of that for the employer. So whether if you're a large corporation or, like I said, the individual calling that needs help with some things around the home, we cover everything for you, so you're protected in that sense. And you also get a quality applicant.
Okay, very neat. So this can benefit so many people in so many different ways. Now, Jim, you said that you've obviously had a great experience.
Yes.
What would you like our viewers to know, just if they can relate to you guys and how you used them?
Sure.
What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I would say that it's an amazing benefit. You've heard the process that Ashley's described. It's very complex, and there's a lot involved. And so for somebody like myself who runs a nonprofit organization, I really don't have time to be spending doing the things that she's describing. What I need to do is to be able to call one person who's an expert in that field, is up to date on all the current laws and all the things that are associated with that, and just say, hey, we have a position that's open and we need this type of a personality and this kind of a fit. And this organization has just done that very successfully for us.
Excellent.
People that they've sent us have been great. And even from time to time, if somebody's not a fit, one of the biggest benefits is being able to pick up the phone and say, this person we don't, foresee them being with us long term, that they may not work out. And then Ashley's able to, to call that person in and to deal with that. And so it's really great for us. It allows us to focus on what we do, which is providing services to the community, taking care of our seniors, instead of having to worry about how are we going to find qualified people.
Right. Well, that's great. It takes a lot of stress, I'm sure, and pressure off of you guys to have you guys help them. Now, I know when we had discussed on the phone, we had talked about how much this would benefit, teachers who might not have a 12-month job all year long, or even high school students who are looking for a job in the summer, or college students. Do you find that it's helpful for people like that?
Absolutely, because as you know, we live in a very seasonal area. So with teachers, with students that are looking for employment, as I mentioned earlier, we have the Carolina Clean housekeeping division, and that's usually seasonal work, when everybody's out of school and looking to make some extra money. We have weekday work, weekend work, and so there's always something for everyone. We also do banquet serving. So serving typically picks up this time of year. Housekeeping typically picks up this time of year, even your construction. So we do general labor, like I said, all the way up to carpenter. So anybody who just, might be needing to find some additional work during the summer, it's perfect for those individuals, as well as people looking for temporary to permanent work as well.
Right.
So.
Well, great. That's very nice. Very good to hear. I'm glad. I know we were talking again before how we think things are picking up. So this would be perfect for someone looking in either directions, whether it's a business or just someone looking for a part-time, full-time, any kind of job that they could benefit from using y'all's services. So that's good to know. Yeah. If someone is looking to get in contact with you, what would be the best way? Should they send in a resume? Do they need to come in, call you? How does that all work?
It would typically depend, because we do a lot of virtual recruiting as well. But it's always best to start by a phone call or emailing a resume, so that way we can have your information, or we can establish a connection and go ahead and then, move forward and see what our next step needs to be. Whether if we have something immediately or something that might be coming up, or if you just want to come in and get registered, or, typically a phone call, emailing of a resume, that's a good first start. So.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both for being on the show and having so much information, and for you sharing your experience with us.
It's our pleasure to endorse them. They do an excellent job.
Well, great.
Thank you.
Thank you guys both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Robin Putnam, owner of the Tulip Tree Boutique right here in Ocean Isle Beach. And if you haven't been in here, it is awesome. I mean,
Thank you.
So adorable. Everything from obviously children's clothing to adult, and so cute. I can't even stop looking around. So thank you for having us out here today.
Well, welcome.
Thank you very much. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got started. I know you're a pretty new business, so tell us your story.
We opened October 1st, so this will be our first summer in business.
Excellent.
We're anxious for the tourists to come in and get a look.
Mm-hmm.
I was a stay-at-home mom, so when both of our girls went to college, it became apparent rather quickly to both my husband and myself that I needed something to keep me busy. I had always thought I would like to open some kind of shop. I wasn't sure exactly what it would be. I would have guessed more along the lines of home decor. Obviously, that's not what happened. I knew that I wanted to be in Ocean Isle, and I knew that in order to be successful, I had to be a good fit for the community. The Tulip Tree Boutique came about because I saw a need for this kind of shop. We have not only women's clothing, we also have children's clothing. There are obviously wonderful places for women to shop in the area. Many of them have been here for years. I think we are quite different by design. I think when people come in, they will be pleasantly surprised. And I think we're a really good complement to the other shops in the area.
Right. Well, I definitely agree with that stuff just by coming in here for the first time and seeing everything. Now, I know you just mentioned briefly some of the things. Can you talk about some of the lines you have and just some of the styles that you have in here for children, first children, and then we'll move on to adult?
Certainly. One of my favorite lines we carry, and I love all of them, I really love Cotton Kids. She's an Indian designer. Her clothes are made in India. She does a lot of detail. The price range is wonderful. We also carry La Top, Rabbit Moon, Zutanos. Oh my gosh, there are so many. There are really too many to mention. We have just wonderful children's lines. Hands down, the cutest children's clothing you've ever seen.
Oh, yes, definitely agree with that. Now, what are some of the adult clothing lines or designers that you have in here?
Some of our labels that are more recognizable: Fresh Produce Clothing, Splendid, Vineyard Vines, and then some of the lesser known, a couple would be Lavande. We carry that. We just started carrying that. We try to have a wide variety so that everyone who comes in will find something that they like.
Right. Now, I would have to say that's definitely true, because I came in here looking around and there's everything from very preppy and adorable, and then also adorable but still kind of like the hobo look or boho, kind of that sense. Now, what sizes would you offer for children and even adult?
In our children's section, we have boys infant to 4T. We have girls infant to size 14. In women's, we have extra small to extra large. Our main customer seems to be between the ages of mid-20s, mid to late 50s.
Okay.
Younger adults, late teens, early 20s. As long as they're a little more conservative in their dress, they'll always find something here. Older women who are young at heart, they'll find something. And of course, we have the cutest children's clothes you'll find anywhere.
Now that we're into summer, there's a lot of things changing, a lot of colors coming out, and just lots of different things. Can you tell us about the trends that you've seen are more popular now and what you carry here?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, colors are always an important part of any trend. This summer we're seeing everything from dusky blues to poppy reds. We're seeing a lot of pales paired with pops of color. Styles, a little bit of retro. You mentioned the bohemian look. We have some of that. Maxis are back. High-low hemlines are in. Peplum tops. Look at the backs of garments this summer, a little more detail than we've seen in the past.
Okay.
Fabrics, sheers are big, especially in our area for layering because they're a lot cooler. Graphic prints are important. We're seeing a lot of softer metallics this summer as well. Now let me say, as far as trends go, we are very aware of the trends, what's trendy. We are much more concerned with making a trend work for our customer. We don't want anyone to come in and buy something simply because it's trendy if it doesn't work for them.
Okay, so you guys will be able to tell them, like, you know, maybe this will look a little better, or this might fit your...
Certainly.
Okay.
Certainly. We have a pact in the shop. We will never say something looks wonderful if it doesn't.
Okay.
We want everyone who leaves to be completely happy with their purchase and to be confident when they wear it.
Right. Well, that's good to know. I mean, sometimes you don't get that at boutiques or
You
other
will get that
shops.
at the Tulip Tree.
Well, that's awesome. Very good to know. Now, I want to ask you about accessories because I know that that just makes an outfit. You can
Absolutely.
change something completely by adding earrings or necklaces or belts or something. So do you guys offer accessories here?
We do. Now, we're a small shop, so we have limited accessories. We have just a few sandals. We carry a line of bags called Grateful Bags, which is a monogram. You order the monogram, it's acrylic, and it will snap on and off of different purses.
Wow.
We've also picked up a line called Dune Jewelry, and it's so unique. It's beautiful. It's sand from different beaches. Now, of course, our main focus is Ocean Island Sunset Beach, but we can order sand jewelry from any beach you've ever been to that's important to you.
Wow.
So it's a great little keepsake.
That's really neat. I've never heard of those things.
That's brand new. We're excited to carry it.
Very neat. So this will be a great place for people to come. If they were going to a wedding or if they have a cocktail party to go to, they can find something here that would fit those styles of parties.
They can. We are very cognizant of our area. We know we're a beach resort, so we focus on the beachy feel for the most part. That isn't to say you can't come in and find something a little dressier, because you can.
Okay, good. Good to know. I'm glad our viewers can see that there are tons and tons of things to fit different styles or different occasions.
Right.
Now, y'all have events here more frequently than other places do. I know y'all recently had ladies' nights and just different things. Do y'all have events frequently?
We do. We have designated the third Thursday of each month Girls' Night Out. From 5 until 8, we have ladies in, and we have refreshments. We have special events. We have had massage therapist come in a couple of times, brought her chair, did neck and shoulder massages. We've done a wine tasting. We did a wine and dessert pairing. We had someone come in with essential oils to explain that and do custom mixes. It's just important to me that we be a part of the community.
Right.
And our Girls' Night Out has turned into quite the little networking evening.
Excellent.
It's a lot of fun.
That's neat. I bet a lot of people look forward to that.
They do, and we always, more often than not, I should say, we incorporate a local charity
Oh, wow.
and give a portion of our sales that evening to a charity.
Okay, very neat. Well, if our viewers are looking to find you, whether it's your website or coming by, can you give them your contact information and your location?
Absolutely. We have a website. It is www.tuliptreeboutique.com. We're located at 6778 Beach Drive Southwest. We are halfway between Causeway Drive and the intersection of Highways 904 and 179. We're right across from the big ice cream cone at the ice cream shop.
Okay, I think a lot of people know where that is.
I think a lot of people know where that is.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so
and
much, Kat.
I can't wait to show everyone all the things you have. So
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in to this month's episode of Brunswick Biz. Be sure to contact us if you have any questions or suggestions. Special thanks to all our guests on this month's episode, and be sure to check us out next time when we connect Brunswick County one business at a time.